This is inshallah going to be my third Olympics, and I know how stressful it is to like postpone the qualifying until the last minute. Even if you're like as an athlete, you can be capable of doing those times, but the stress with the time makes it so much worse. And I told myself, I'm not gonna get myself into this again.
Grew up in Alexandria. You and your brothers all swim. I'm curious, did your parents swim as well, or does it run in the family? How did you get into it?
No, really. I hated swimming so much when I was young. The water was cold. It was green. I hated everything about it, to be honest. But they just made me go to practice every day. And then even like at the very beginning, it wasn't very easy because like, let's say age 10 to 15, I was not getting any better. I wasn't even swimming my events now. I was doing like backstroke and fly. And I think at age 15, it's when I started improving, and I just started taking swimming more seriously. And most important for me, it was fun. It was fun for me to go to practice every day. When you go a pro here in the US, it's really really hard to find a coach that really cares about you because after you're done with like your collegiate career, you're on your own. Like the how you get treated, like how you get treated by your coach completely changes after you go pro, especially if you're not American, because you don't really add much as a benefit to them anymore because they basically see you as points. I know it's rough, like harsh to say, but it's the that's the truth. He's like, hey, I want to. I'm making like or yeah, I'm making a distance group, and I'm recruiting some of the best distance swimmers, and I would love to have you on the team. And yeah, it was a no-brainer. I had to take the chance. You know, if someone who's been following my career, I always try to surround myself with the best in my like in the swimming. You know, so like I swam in South Carolina. I'm done with South Carolina. I lived in South Africa for 2 years. I went to Turkey with energy standards. If anyone has been following them, they at the time they were the best swim team in the world as well. And then from Turkey, I went to Indiana, California, and then I've been to Italy and some other places as well. So I love learning from the best, and I try to put in myself in a position to be surrounded by those kind of people.
Exactly. I feel that if I needed to tell someone your story in a sentence, I would say that you do whatever it takes to get the best possible training and be around the best possible people, which is not an easy thing to do because it requires a lot of sacrifice and traveling, and which I'm going to get to because I this is what you took me, you summarized what we're going to talk about in detail coming up.
I mean, exactly. Like I've been living in my suitcase since I was 18, and I just turned 30 today, so, or like not today, but like
Yeah.
I just turned 30. So
Tell me, what are some of your standout memories from Rio? Like,
it
how
was
did
the
it go
best
for you?
Olympics ever. It was like the best ever.
How come?
I was 20 at the time, I think, 20, 21. I was young. I was just, I'd say achieving my long time dream, going to the Olympics. The crowd was insane. I like when you said that question, I went back and with my memory to that moment. It's awesome. You go in there, even through like the calling room, you can like it was like a soccer game. You can hear the people like yelling and cheering, and people usually ask us like if you hear someone cheering on you. Usually I say no, but that one moment like during the Olympics, you can just hear it the whole time.
How do you stay motivated? Was there any point during those 2 years where you were like, I'm done, or that wasn't the case at all?
Well, when I was very close to that moment, um, my green card got approved. So I was like, okay, I'll go back to the US again and give it one more shot. Try to qualify for 2021 or 2020 at the time because there was no COVID at the time. So I go back, I try to qualify. I remember it was like I only had like 3 more months to qualify. And on my third month, I go to that meet. I do not get the time. And then the next day, literally next day, COVID happens. Everything shut down.
So you're 30 now, and you're swimming best times, which I don't think that's not something easy. In a lot of sports in general, the age is going up and everything. But for you,
Yeah.
did you expect to be 30 and still being able to sustain a career in swimming and actually swim your best times?
If I go back in time, I would say no. But now, if you ask me that question, if I didn't expect it, I wouldn't still be swimming. Because I'm in the sport to perform at that specific level, and I like we spoke about the whole thing like in the podcast. Like I've literally invested my whole life in swimming. Um, so yeah, I really believe I can do something special for myself, my country, and my family. And yeah, I'm really excited for Paris.